Oh,
All right.
we're back
So
for the top
here-
5.
Here is where it's going to get really interesting. Now
Yes,
is the time where
sir.
you're going to really defend your case. I think that we might see some debate here going on. So let's start with who wants to go first with their top 5.
Go for it. Nah, I'm
All
right.
right. How about we do this? You give your 5, then you give your 5, and then you give your 4, you give your 4, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like going one by one.
Okay.
Who do you
All right,
have
so
at number
my
5?
5th best player of the decade, Russell Westbrook, Mr. Triple Double, Mr. Just Stat Sheet Stuffer. I mean, MVP, one of the most iconic MVP seasons. Even though I don't think he deserved that MVP, definitely one of the best MVP seasons. He posterizes everybody. You see the motion he plays with. Great point guard. Nothing much else to say about him other than that.
Man, number 5, Russell Westbrook, man, that's high, bro. That's high.
You didn't even have him. You had him in your top 10, though, right?
And I'm number 7.
Yeah, 5 is a bit high for me. So number 5 for me, okay, is Russell Westbrook's running mate, James Harden. Number 5. Number 5, James Harden for me. I have him at number 5 because he's one of the best scorers, one of the top 5 best scorers maybe of all time. He's mastered the art of drawing free throws, drawing contact, where he's able to go to the line 800 times a year. That's unprecedented.
He's got like 3 signature shots.
For those that don't know basketball very well, most star players are going to get more foul calls than others, right? And the highest they'll end up going is into the 400, 500, 600 range. And that's really high up there. James Harden is easily going 800, 900 times, and he's making almost everything. He's averaging 88% from the free throw line. Some seasons he's, tinkering on 90. He makes a lot of them. So he's able to be very shifty. He's able to score more because guys don't want to foul him. He has that signature shot, that step back.
Step back and the Euro.
That travel-ass step back of his where he takes a 1-2 step and then another 1-2 step. Like, this man he's taking trips to round trip to Miami,
that's
to
a whole
Cuba.
Conversation too in itself. That step back too.
I mean, it's a basketball move, as people would say, but
He pounds it, and then he gathers the ball like after like 3 steps with the pound. So
it's just an awkward looking.
yeah, it's easy to think it's a travel though.
But you know what? It's a very nice move, and you know why the NBA doesn't call it travel? Because it's one of the star players' moves, right? And if that's what he wants, the NBA is going to make it work for Mr. James Harden.
Steph
So
Curry's
if it
the
was
only one
another
who couldn't
player,
do
they
it.
would call it travel.
They did it to Steph Curry once.
If it was like a bench player trying it, I guarantee you they'll call you travel. Before,
just 'cause-
maybe now they won't, but
Oh, okay.
if this move would have came out, like 10 years ago before James Harden and, guys are trying this double, triple step back, it's travel and it's going the other way. Okay, it's not going to end up a 3-pointer.
I saw someone do that in high school, and they didn't call it travel. Like the same pound, take 3 steps back,
I don't know.
gather, and then shoots it.
I like it. I mean, I like how it looks and I like how efficient it is for him, but it's a travel. It's a travel. He's going everywhere, all over the world. So that's my number 5. I'll start off with my number 4, going down the list a little bit here. My number 4 was part of his 6 through 10 list, and that is the Claw himself, Mr. Kawhi Leonard. He comes in at number 4 for me, coming in with 2 championships with 2 different teams, finals MVP on both occasions. Yes, one of them did come at the hands of an extremely depleted Golden State Warriors squad that was missing Kevin Durant, missing Klay Thompson, and they just weren't the same. But they did come in. He's finals MVP, whether we like it or not, 2 times, 2 different teams. He's one of the best wing defenders of all time. Usually when defensive player of the year is winning back-to-back, it's usually a big guy. It's usually a center. It's usually a 7-footer. Kawhi Leonard is a wing guy. He's a guard. He's like 6'7", huge arms, huge hands. He's one of the best defenders that I've ever seen. And not to mention, this guy is such a technically sound offensive basketball player where he's pulling up at his spot every single time. People consider him to be the best player in the NBA. I find that so far from the truth. But for him to even be considered as the main guy in the NBA over LeBron, Giannis, and all these other guys, it's a testament to how good he's become And he's just an all-around player. The reason I had Anthony Davis at number 6 is the reason I have Kawhi at number 4. It's because he's not only the best wing defender, but he's arguably one of the best small forwards in the game, like number 2 probably behind LeBron.
Over KD.
When healthy, both of them, I think I'll take Kawhi because Kawhi will give me more on defense than KD would.
Okay, we'll come back to that. I have an argument for that, but my number.
Not to say KD's not a good defender because he's become an amazing defender.
Yeah, because KD is like a shot blocker at 7 foot.
Yep.
And he can lock down anybody. Back to my number 4. Number 4 for me is your number 5, James Harden. Just like he said, king of the step back, king of the Euro, king of foul drawing. I mean, he's had
Changed the game.
3 top 5 MVP finishes. Arguably should have had 2.
Crazy.
Over Russell Westbrook. Just an icon in this game right now. People can say, "Oh, I don't like the way he plays. It's a boring play style," but he's very entertaining regardless of how you feel about it. Great point guard, great playmaker. Brought the Rockets back to relevancy. So I think that's the biggest thing about it. And think about this too. He went from 6th man of the year at OKC to now being the leader of the Rockets. Being a leading scorer, being the leading playmaker. I mean, he's everything right now to the Rockets.
And if I could add on to that, James Harden,
his own signature shoe.
James Harden went from being a bench guy to Adidas's biggest athlete.
Yeah.
Adidas's biggest
what
athlete
time period?
from 2012 when
after OKC lost
from 2012 to 2020 in an 8-year span, this man went from being virtually an unknown, a bench guy in the NBA, which is a dark place for most people. Yes. Food delivery. Fantastic. We'll be right back, guys. It's all good. Coming in at numero 3, I got the one and only, the slimiest snake in the NBA, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant. Now, why is he the slimiest snake on earth? Sports fans know why. Russell Westbrook knows why, but I'm not going to even say it. All right. Kevin Durant comes in at number 3 on this list with 2 titles, 2 finals MVP. In 2014, he had most valuable player for the whole season. Where the hell's my neck pillow? I forgot my neck pillow. Oh, well. And he is by far the best scorer of the 2010s. He has every single offensive move in his arsenal. He can post you up. He can turn around Jay. He can shoot a 3 like one of the best 3-point shooters in the entire NBA. He can drive to the lane. He can do it all. He has the big man moves. He has the little man moves. He has every single offensive. He's like Giannis and LeBron and Steph Curry all mixed into one human being in terms of offensive game and the scoring department, right? When I say LeBron, people are going to say, "Oh, he's not passing like LeBron. He's not rebounding like LeBron." I'm only talking about scoring. LeBron's game is, a lot of drive and turnaround jumpers and stuff like that. KD has mastered that, okay? Then the Steph Curry aspect, the 3-pointers, KD is a sniper. He's easy money sniper, okay?
Number 3, just because, we all know what he has done in the last, what's it been, like the last 6 seasons or so? Mm-hmm. Basically revolutionizing the game with a 3-pointer. Getting guys to, believe in their distance shots more. But, my main point in putting him there was the injury history he had for about 2 seasons there. Didn't have that history of, like, going to these deep playoff runs, getting a lot of hurt from losing second round, third round, whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. He's absolutely the greatest player, one of the greatest players of this decade. Definitely going to be like top 10 of all time, possibly. We'll see what happens there. But, my case is basically the health. He's a guy who isn't your prototypical superstar, You have guys like Russ or Derrick Rose, super athletic, super entertaining to watch. Steph Curry is just entertaining to watch as a shooter and as a playmaker. When he, like I said, he revolutionized the game. But I don't think that elevates him over my top 2 other guys.
So we are at number 3. and he put Stephen Curry. And I know exactly why Stephen Curry is at number 3. It's because his number 2 is my number 3. I already know it. And I'm going to tell you why I have Stephen Curry at number 2 and not number 3. Is Kevin Durant a better scorer? Yes. Is he probably a better player? Maybe, right? But I'm going to tell you why I have Stephen Curry at number 2 over Kevin Durant number 3, because Kevin Durant right now, no matter how you put it, would have 0 rings if he did not team up with Steph Curry. Now, do we have any way of finding out that if that's a completely true statement? No, but it's easy for me to say, so I'm going to say it. Steph Curry won this team 73 games, and then they, as Max Kellerman says, airdropped Kevin Durant really for nothing. They just picked up a guy to a 73-win legendary team. Of course they're going to win. And who is the catalyst behind the 73 wins? Stephen Wardell Curry, or Wardell Stephen Curry.
Only undisputed MVP in history.
Undisputed, or unanimous, excuse me.
Yeah, we should say that.
Unanimous MVP, back-to-back MVP, 3-time champion. Has he been finals MVP yet? No, but he is the greatest three-point shooter of all time. Is no question. He's better than Ray Allen. He's better than Reggie Miller. I don't care what anybody says. He's going to shatter every record. He made 2016 almost embarrassing for everyone else. Broke so many records. Kevin Durant does not hold the same amount of NBA records as Stephen Curry does. And Stephen Curry recruited Kevin Durant to be his teammate on a team that just won the NBA record for wins in a season. So Stephen Curry is responsible in large part. If Stephen Curry was not on these Warrior teams, you think they would have won so easily? Probably not. LeBron might have given them a run for their money. LeBron almost beat a loaded Warriors team if it weren't for J.R. Smith being off the Henny and being high off backwoods. Then
Game 1, yeah.
Game 1, when he blew it, when he absolutely blew it, that was their best chance. And he had no Kyrie Irving. It's incredible. I'm going to get to LeBron in just a second because he is my number 1. But Stephen Curry, number 2, because Kevin Durant really had to come team up with him. And Stephen Curry's impact, it impacted Kevin Durant's decision. It impacted the game of basketball. Guys are taking threes at an amazing rate. At an amazing rate. LeBron, a guy who was a horrible free throw or three-point shooter, is now jacking up threes from half court. Guys are warming up with half court three-point shots, essentially. Stephen Curry changed the game. Little kids want to shoot up threes all the time. College game, I never used to see them shoot threes. And now all they do is shoot threes. Guys are becoming lankier. Like, they got more Steph Curry build type of guys in the NBA now. Trae Young being an example of that. He is really a Steph Curry offspring, and he's blossoming, will be one of the best players of 2020. Stephen Curry, 400 three-pointers in one season. Not to mention, what else does he have over Kevin Durant? He's responsible for more points. So he's scoring like 25 to 30 a game while giving you 5 to 8 to 10 assists a game. Stephen Curry is horrible defensively, right? But this man has just impacted the game like really almost nobody else has. And that's why I have him at number 2. Who's your number 2, Kevin Durant?
My number 2 guy is Kevin Durant, as you just said. Four scoring titles. Mr. MVP season, had the iconic speech, very iconic speech there. Shout out to my mom, all that good stuff. Real MVP, man. Tearjerker to this day. But anyway, yeah. I put KD over Steph just because of KD being the better two-way player in my eyes. Routinely gets the steals, routinely gets blocks. He's legitimately 6 or 7 foot, I should say.
7-footer.
7-footer with guard skills. Can basically beat you in transition any way that you want it. He'll give it to you, and he'll let you know about it too. I mean, what else can you say about KD, man? I mean, I get the snakeness and just being very, very slimy.
Slime ball.
I understand that at the end of the day, you got to get a ring how you got to get a ring. I didn't love it. I still don't love it, but he did what he had to do. And he was the guy for the OKC Thunder, and he basically just had that meteoric rise the way you want it to happen. Made some missteps, but who doesn't make those missteps as an NBA player? So That's why I have him as my number 2.
And then we could just join together in worshiping and whatever you want to call it.
My GOAT.
Number one.
My number 1, LeBron James.
Number 1 is the greatest of the 2010s, Mr. LeBron James.
LeBron James.
None other. 3-time champion, 2 different teams, back-to-back finals MVP, back-to-back regular season MVP. He's averaging 25, 26 every single season, well into his 30s. He's in his 17th year making a case for the MVP. Now, one thing I have to throw out there is breaking my heart that there's no basketball. LeBron was just getting into his playoff grind. He was about to go 0 dark 30 this week.
Oh my
and
God,
this man was making a
see
case
it.
to steal the MVP from Giannis. Giannis is probably going to win it. Now at this point, it's like a toss-up. We really need to see what happens with this whole virus situation when play does resume in possibly 30 days or so, maybe 60. LeBron James has done things that year 17 guys are broken down. Kobe Bryant is an example. Shoulder injury, knee,
You don't do what he does at 36 years old.
It's unprecedented, and it probably will never be matched until you find someone that follows LeBron's formula. Like Zion is not going to be doing this in 17 years of a career. I promise you that. He's too big.
He invests $1 million into his body every year.
The thing about LeBron
does
James that he's been able to just set himself apart is that he's put the most remarkable dream team of a team around him. Business, basketball, you name it. And all these things correlates with basketball. When you have such a good team taking care of you, all you got to do is hoop. And this man does that to the best of his abilities. LeBron James, the most iconic defensive play in the finals, the block on Iguodala.
On Iggy.
What else?
Don't even forget the Miami Heat runs, man. Those Miami Heat runs.
And here's another
Never
thing
forgettable.
about LeBron James that, this really has nothing to do with basketball skill, but this man is the greatest assembler of teams ever. He needs to be a
That's another
GM.
part of him, man. That's
He
another
needs
part
to
of
be
why
a
he's the
GM.
GOAT, because
Floor
can't even just
general
talk
like
about-
none other.
you can't even just talk about the basketball stuff, man. You gotta talk about what's outside of it. He's already a better GM than Michael Jordan ever will be.
Oh, facts.
Oh,
Facts.
my
Michael
goodness,
Jordan. Michael
nasty.
Jordan is one of the shittiest owners in the entire league. I love him to death, and he is my favorite all-time player. But he is the shittiest team owner on planet Earth.
Bro, all around
no way
best
around
player
it.
right now, as far as just getting what he wants, getting what he needs, getting the most out of everybody on that
He
court.
sets up every team, handpicking them. You want J.R. Smith? We get J.R. Smith. You want Deion Waiters? We'll get Deion Waiters.
Bro.
This man traded away the whole Lakers squad. He traded away Lonzo, traded Brandon
B.I.,
Ingram
Josh Hart.
to get Anthony Davis, and now it paid off. They went
he
from being a
literally-
9th seed
he
to being
nearly
the
ruined
best
that
in the
team.
West, man.
He nearly ruined the team the season before.
Not only are they the best in the West is loaded. The West is loaded. This is not the Eastern Conference anymore. People are saying, oh, it's the West now. LeBron not making the playoffs. Now you give him some help. Look at this team. Avery Bradley. This is all LeBron's doing. LeBron James is a basketball mastermind like no other. He is the greatest by far of this generation. To me, number 2 of all time. He has a chance to become even greater with the Lakers championship. He right now is number 2 of all time, in my opinion, until he wins at least another chip or 2.
But
And
number
then he
one in the
could,
2010s.
by far. And one thing I want to say is I think it's kind of so corny that Kevin Durant has just envied LeBron so hard. And it's only right that he does. And number 2 is always going to envy number 1. He tried to create the boardroom to copy Uninterrupted. He tried to move to a loaded team thinking it was the same as LeBron going to Miami. Kevin Durant, I don't hate you anymore. I don't. I really don't. But you will never be LeBron James. The moment you guys won the finals and you said LeBron was the only one seeing you eye to eye, you don't see LeBron eye to eye. Maybe not right now and probably not ever. LeBron James. He is the most polarizing athlete. He's my second favorite athlete behind Patrick Mahomes in all of sports.
LeBron is he's a blueprint, man. The blueprint for everything.
This man is so much bigger than sports, and that could be a whole video of its own for another time. But the 2010s has just been dominated by LeBron James. He shit himself in the finals. He averaged like 17 points in the finals versus the Mavericks. They lost to a team they were supposed to beat real bad. He embarrassed himself. He scored 8 points total for a whole game. Since then, he's just been on a tear, and it's unprecedented.
9 straight finals.
9 straight NBA finals.
Straight NBA finals, bro. Who else does that?
Incredible. No, eight. It was 8
finals.
straight.
Even with the losses, which tarnish everything, of course.
Unbelievable.
But still, that's, bro.
Not to mention,
about
he
this,
was
he
not
played-
ever having a good coach.
Bro, you
Always
played
having
nearly
bad
100
coaches.
games for 8 straight years. Nearly 100 games. Over 100 games plus preseason. And you still are doing just amazingly athletic things, proving everybody wrong every year. LeBron is not going to be washed until, like, Bronny is there. And even that's not a guarantee.
They got to play in the league together.
That's not even a
that would
guarantee
be so box
that he's
office.
going to be washed at that point. Like, there is just no reason why a human being with the same bones and the same blood that we bleed are able to do the same thing.
He's bad, man. He's a bad man.
As Stephen A. Smith says, LeBron James is a bad man.
He's bad.
He is a bad
Mama,
man.
there goes
So-
that man.
The majority of basketball fans who would disagree, who would they? For those that wouldn't, put
Kevin
LeBron,
Durant.
They would put Kevin Durant. Okay.
Kevin Durant, maybe Kawhi, just to be edgy a little bit.
Would you
My
say
dad.
they have some kind of bias, like for the team that they like?
Well, of
or-
course, I think the bias against LeBron is just hating the guy that's been successful for a long time. Tom Brady is one of those guys for me that I kind of hate on him because he's so great. But for me, LeBron has played the game so correctly as opposed to Tom Brady, someone who's a verified cheater, who's been caught cheating and been punished for
Well,
cheating.
let's not say that.
He's been punished for cheating and suspended 4 games.
The Patriots have.
Tom Brady got suspended for 4 games for his involvement in
That's
the Deflate
true,
Gate.
that's true. I
So
forgot about that.
he
Yeah,
is a verified cheater. LeBron James not only is considered one of the greatest, he has no scandals. He never retired like Michael Jordan did, 17 years straight. And
Times.
How many years was Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan ended up having a 15-year career when it was all said and done with 3 total retirements. One in 1993, another in 1998, and the last one being the final one in 03.
Okay, so
And the
15
93 one is like shrouded in
Not
mystery and
consecutive
controversy.
15 non-consecutive years, total years played. And Michael Jordan kind of fell off towards the end. He wasn't too great with the Wizards. Yes, he was good for a 40-year-old.
We don't count those
He was
years.
good for a 40-year-old, but LeBron James right now is
Oh, shit.
36 years old and being considered the guy in the NBA. Michael Jordan was still the guy at 35, but LeBron right now in a loaded West, it's incredible. And the people that say anything otherwise about KD, they're just not looking at the facts all straight. LeBron James has every statistical number, has
Skip
the-
Bayless.
he has, the finals appearances. He has everything that you need to be called that guy. And I think it's
23
when you
is the
talk about
greatest.
the best player in the NBA, even the people that don't watch basketball, most people will most likely say LeBron before they say Kevin Durant.
Hell yeah.
And that's our list, 2010s
110% right.
So
best players.
correct me if I'm wrong, but Kobe Bryant was not in either of your lists.
He didn't crack the top 10 for
A
one
lot of
simple
consideration
reason.
for us.
Now, why did Kobe Bryant, the great late Kobe Bean, why did he not make our list? That's because Kobe Bryant had 3 good years, injured the next 3, and then retired. So I would say 3 years of
Started off with a
success.
bang.
3 years of success is not enough to get
qualify him in
into
the
an
top
all-decade team. An all-decade team needs to be at least 7 years of dominance, which all of the other guys have put at least a 7 to 8 year stretch of complete dominance and accolades and stuff like that and consistency. And LeBron James has been more consistent and has piled up more accolades than any other
He's a benchmark.
athlete on this list.
He's a benchmark guy.
He is he's bigger than sports. He is basketball right now. LeBron James is basketball. Don't do Space Jam 2 though. We don't need that. He's not a good actor. No.
Bro,
don't do
you keep
that.
on saying
Don't
that.
do that. Don't do that.
He's
We don't need Space
I
Jam 2.
guarantee
Space
you-
Jam 1 was fine. It's
Space
good.
Jam 1 was fine.
And
Jordan
go
is
back
not
to
a good
number
actor.
go back to number 6. Go back to number 6. He was more iconic as number 6 than 23. Why do you need to be 23? Someone already did that. Kobe could have done 23. He didn't. He did 24.
That's a weird argument to make. That's so weird.
Why you want to be number 23?
That's weird though.
Be number 6.
Bro, that's a weird argument.
Because people can look at it and be like, 6, that's LeBron. 23, that's Michael Jordan.
Number 6, LeBron.
Because somebody can be like,
stays forever.
somebody can be like, oh, man, I'm balling like number 23, and then you gotta think for a second, like it should be one guy.
I get it, but
Who wore number 23 better?
People of a certain age though would think of LeBron first. Than
Oh, of course they will, man.
As the years go by, though, it's bound to happen for people to have the same number. So it
Yeah.
happens
Yeah.
all the time.
Retire the number 23 league wide and number 24. Retire number 24 for every single
24 is
team.
basically already retired. Number 8 is too.
Yeah, retire those numbers. And when it's all said and done, LeBron James, whether I like it or not, he wore that number 23 with if anybody was to wear that 23, it's LeBron James. And I got to give him his props for that. If anybody else was going to carry that 23 torch, it was him. And he did a good job at it. LeBron James,
Only
the best player of
right
2010.
now to get all the hype that he got, and basically live all the way up to it. And
He
maybe even
surpassed it. He surpassed his expectations as a young wee lad when he was 18 years old.
3-time champ. Is already number 3 of all time in scoring. Like,
And I just want to say one last thing. Let's appreciate the NBA, because just like in a matter of seconds, the whole season suspended. Just the same way, in a matter of seconds, Derrick Rose's career came to a halt. The same way, one day the NBA will no longer have LeBron James. Enjoy it. Go watch a game at Capital One if you're from around here, or whatever city you live in. Go buy a high up seat or go buy a close up seat. Go watch LeBron while he's still here, because there will never, ever be another LeBron Ramon James. Ever.
his middle name is Ramon.
Sure is.
Wow, that's a new. I did not know that. About
Born on December 30th, 1984 to one Gloria James. Shout out to that lady, huh?
If you liked the video, listen carefully. To the bottom right, there's a like button. Hit that. Further to the right is a red subscribe button. Hit that as well. And hit the bell for the notifications so you don't miss any of the latest in sports, pop culture, and progressive politics.